Hello, everyone. Hello, Gotza. Nice to see you with me. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hello again to all of our audience. We are live and you are watching so called retail talks. We want to talk about retail almost every week. Actually, I do it together with Mitul. And today I have a very special guest. Today I have Gotza with me. Gotza, would you like to introduce yourself shortly?
Hello, once again, I'm Gotza, and I'm really passionate about retail and shopping at all, probably as every woman in the world. And I really love shopping. And today I'm here to talk about collecting data privacy from perspective on consumer, because firstly, I am consumer, and this will be my topic today.
I'm very excited about this discussion. Even more excited than you maybe think because I have it from three women, and all of them are crazy regarding shopping. So I know this topic very well, not just from the perspective of the consumer because I'm consumer as well, but also from the perspective of the father and husband. But we
So
will
you
not.
completely understand that difference.
I do. I'm totally sure. But I will not talk about that perspective. We will talk today about data privacy. We will talk about, let's say, the changing of the environment that we are living today in, like, for example, artificial intelligence and how AI is actually influencing data privacy. And we will talk about, let's say, the currency, which is maybe not anymore just the money that you are used during your shopping, but maybe your data. Maybe the data is the new currency in the store that you are using to buy something. Before we go into the detail, let me give you some points, let's say some facts about this event by itself. We are streaming today on LinkedIn. We are streaming, of course, video on YouTube and on X, but we are also streaming on X as a X space. So this means if you want to join us and to be live part of this stream, you can jump on X space, you can join us over there, and everybody will hear you all around across all the networks that we are using today to stream. So this would be the one way, let's say, to join us. The another way would be, of course, if you like, you can comment on any of our streams, on any of those social networks, and we will do our best to answer the question or to read your comment. You're welcome to do that. So, but before we go into the detail and let's say discuss the all different perspective of the data privacy, let me ask Gotza to answer very simple question because this is the way how I would love to start all these kind of retail talks. You should tell me, are you black or white? So in this case, what do you think? Paying with own data, paying of course with your data during the shopping trips, is this okay for you or not?
Yep. First, I don't think it's simple question. It's not that easy to choose one side in this story, because it's really difficult to choose one option in this topic. Because I agree that we exchange our data for better offer or discount. That is true, but is that okay with me? In some extent, it could be, because I see importance of information for retailers for improving their offering, and I truly believe that we all see how personalized the offering already are, and in the future it will get even better. I'm sure that you agree with me in that concept. But there is the problem with collecting that data with privacy from perspective one consumer in this case, from my perspective, because I'm not sure how my data are secure. I think it has impossible to make sure that is all safe in these days, in this when we have IT technologies extend so well, and AI models everywhere in every app. And in that concept, I'm not sure is it okay with me to collect data in that ways for shopping, for get better offer for consumers.
It's interesting because I'm always expecting to have the answer black and white, and I'm never getting black or white answer.
It's
But you
really
are right.
impossible in this case.
But you are totally right. I understand that. But if somebody would ask me, what do I think? Is it okay or not okay? I have to say that I think that it's more okay than it's not okay. And I will explain it during this session why I think that it's actually okay. Because first, I don't think that everybody is trying to cheat me and to take my data and sell it somewhere for the millions. I don't feel that important, so that the way how Darko Pavic is shopping is so important for somebody. I don't think so that that is so important. So that's why I'm okay to contribute with my data. If somebody misuse the data, I'm not sure how somebody can misuse my data unless they are really, really private. That's something else, of course. That's I don't want to put, let's say, really publicly some important data for me personally important. But all general kind of data, what I'm doing, I don't know which internet pages I'm looking, which books I'm reading, what is the way that I'm taking to the work or school or whatever. I'm fine with sharing all those data. But I totally understand that if people say, sorry, but this is just private topic, I want to keep it for myself. I understand that. But I hoped that you will say white or black, and then we can really fight during this session. And I can say it's okay, and you can say it's not okay. So try
Yes, I
better.
must. I
Black or
must
white?
say, I must say that I agree with you in some concept, but there is the problem that you are not the one who control which data they will use. So there is the problem. Where is the limit? How I'm not. I don't have problem with some information, but with some I have, and I don't choose which one they will use.
Yeah, yeah, it's absolutely valid point. I'm totally sure. But let me explain to our audience what was the reason for this event, because usually we are trying to find kind of breaking news which are just popping up, and then we want to discuss them in these kind of sessions. This time, the breaking news is not directly related to the retailers, but it's influencing it from my point of view a lot. There was a news a couple of weeks ago, I think even a couple of days ago, related to Microsoft. There was a huge rumor and discussion, actually rumor, but discussion as well, on almost every social network which we have today regarding Microsoft and their usage of the Microsoft Word to train their own AI models. So this means the rumor was that Microsoft is using Microsoft Word to collect the documents that we are writing at home or at office, to use those documents in order to train the AI models which they have. And this was a huge explosion of the emotions in internet, of course, because people don't want that and so on and so on. But I have to say again, it was just a rumor. It's not never proved that it's really like that, and the Microsoft is really using this kind of data. But I think as AI is getting very important in retail, and retailers are collecting the data as well, and sometimes even heavily, I think it's very important to talk about these topics, because otherwise the retail will get some kind of negative image similar to those big companies which are maybe misusing somehow some data. Did you hear about that? Are you aware of that rumor which we had a couple of weeks ago?
Yes, yes, I heard about it and I read about it a lot. It was published everywhere, and this that rumor disrupted me because I thought it is really big problem because someone can read all information you write there about your company, personal. Never mind which one, it could be really big problem. And when it turned out to be just a rumor, it relieved me. And there is just one option, one feature in the world which you can turn off anytime and disconnect from cloud. And for me, from my point of view, it is okay. It is fine. You can choose: do you want it, or do you don't want it? But I'm not sure. You mentioned AI in this concept. I understand how important information are for training that AI, but there is the problem that I said already about type of information they collect, and there is also a problem with application. We when install new application, we accept a lot of conclusion in that concept, and I think that is not clearly for me. I don't understand what I accepted, and I think they need to put some limits in that concept. They
But
need
you are
to
totally right.
be.
So I think not only that people don't understand the terms of use, but they're also not taking care of them. So if I take my behavior if I analyze it a little bit, I'm just clicking next, 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 and then I'm
Absolutely.
hoping that everything is fine. So I never take time to read the 20 pages of the terms of use.
I tried in some ways, and I didn't understand anything. And I think that is also one of problems in this situation.
I'm sure that it is one of the problems, especially because the terms of use are defined on very general way, and you don't find very precise and specific cases inside. Like, for example, we will not track your GPS device, or we are tracking your GPS devices, or something like that. But to be honest, I understand all those companies as well, because they cannot know in the moment, for example, now, what will happen in 2 weeks or 20 months, even, or a couple of years or whatever. Maybe they will include a kind of new services where they need a certain data to collect, or maybe they will just, I don't know, use it for something, and they are not able to define it in the terms of use in this moment. So that's why they are using general terms. What I know actually is from the retailer perspective, as we are working a lot with the retailers, also in the security area, they are taking care a lot about legal topics. So you have to, for example, if we want to be supplier of some of the retailers, we had to pass very detailed audits regarding security and data protection and all these kind of things. So they're taking that very seriously. And not just the legal part, but also the ethical part, which is also very important. But of course, this is not that easy, because something what is good for me and what is okay for me, it's maybe not okay for you. So I don't have a problem to share my data. If I'm running and my watch is sending to the Garmin the data, I'm okay with that. But somebody else is maybe not okay with that. So that's why
That's
you are absolutely right. Some of the topics are okay, some others are not that good. Okay, so let's get back to the AI and collection of the data for the AI. Before I ask you to tell me what do you think about that, let me just explain a couple of words regarding the AI and AI models. AI models are nothing else than algorithms, which are smart enough to be able to learn, let's say. But they cannot learn if you don't give them the data. What is the, let's say, the topic that they could learn? So this means every company that is using AI today, including us as a software manufacturer, needs two parts to have a good AI usage. You need a model, which means the software, the algorithm, AI algorithm, and then you need the data to feed the AI model with in order to teach it something. And now the retailers and other companies as well are trying to use as much as possible data to do that. For example, if you enter the store, even without AI world, the retailer will track you. The retailer will know immediately that you just entered the store. Retailer will track how you are moving across the store, just to identify which places in the store are most attractive to put the advertisement, for example, or special discounts or whatever. And then all the way till the POS, the retailer will know exactly where you are and what you are doing. If you are taking some kind of identification devices with you, for example, mobile phones, and if you sign for a customer loyalty project, the retailer will be able even to match, let's say, the data, how you are moving through the store with person itself. And that it's even more valuable for the retailer and for the AI models, which are then using those data to learn. And on the other side, as I just told you in the beginning, for me, this is absolutely fine, because the more data I give to the retailer, the better offerings I will get. So that's why I don't have a problem with that. Let me ask you about the topic related to the collection of the data. Now I described just one of them, like the store. But what would you say? Which kind of collection of data are fine and which are maybe not that good from your point of view?
I completely understand importance of information for AI models. I understand that is beneficial for customers and for retailers at the same time, but we need limit in that concept. And when you ask what I think it's a good or bad example of that kind of collecting data, for a good example, I would say it could be loyalty programs where retailer collecting information about what one person often buy, what they are interested in, when they usually buy, or something like that. And as you mentioned, how they move through the store, and then they will put ad in that place. That is okay with me. That is fine. That I don't have problem with that type of information. But some bad example is something that I think happened to all of us. I talked with my friend about something that I need, that I want to buy, to find, or something like that. And the first ad that pops up were exactly that thing, and that is kind of scary. Or there is app that can scan your face to analyze your emotion about some products that you analyze or you want to buy or something like that, and they can immediately change the price of the products based on your emotion that you had in that moment. In perspective from retailers, that is really useful, and from perspective consumer, it is scary.
Yeah,
So
I agree with that. The same example would be Amazon Alexa, because this is what happened to
yeah,
me a couple of times. I have Alexa at home, and day before, for example, we were sitting and discussing something in the garden, and then day after, so even day after, I went on my computer and I wanted to do something, and then suddenly, the on Amazon page, of course, there were ads popping up, of course, trying to sell me some kind of gardening tools. So this means Alexa heard it, sent it to the server, and next time as I logged in on Amazon, it knew exactly that I am interested in that, and that's why I saw it. Maybe, to be honest, maybe I even agreed on the terms of use during installation of Alexa that this is okay,
yes,
but I'm not aware of that. And this kind of not transparency, let's say, in such a use cases, that's probably not okay. So that's probably not okay. Although I don't
that's
have
right.
anything to hide, you feel somehow not good in this situation.
Yes, this could be one option to make customers more secure, to make more understandable that conclusion in application, for example, or something like that. That could be that limit, that boundary about we talk
Yeah, yeah,
right now.
exactly. And maybe the just making it transparent would already help a lot. So I don't think that retailers should not use these kind of tools, and so that's okay to use them. But maybe they should ask again if it's okay to use this kind of service in that moment. If they install it and start it, then I could agree or not agree with that. So this would be really good.
Yes,
We had a very similar situation with our software, because we had on the portal, we integrated our own AI chatbot, but we used the OpenAI and ChatGPT as a base. And the integration was that good that the user was not able to see the difference between our environment, which was secured, of course, because we are following all those standards, which are important, and the environment of the ChatGPT. So this means in the moment as the user started using the ChatGPT, they were not aware of that. And if somebody is using something which is outside of the secure environment, you should at least tell him that now you are leaving the secure environment and you are moving to the publicly
That's
available
right.
page or whatever. And we didn't do that. And then one of the customers of our customers told us, hey guys, this is not the way you should do that. Please make a pop-up window or something like that. Then we did it, of course, immediately. But maybe the retailers should follow the similar strategies. And in case that they are using this kind of data collection tools or strategies, they should just warn us and give us the chance to avoid it if we want.
Yes, that's right. That will be fair.
Let me come back to the customer loyalty, because I feel that there is a lots of things to discuss it. I think the customer loyalty concepts are a little bit misunderstood, because people think that customer loyalty is like a gift from the retailer to the consumer, but it's not. It's actually business. So if I am subscribing for the customer loyalty program, I'm actually signing the contract that I will give my data to the retailer in exchange for some rewards, some discounts, some special prizes, or even some goods, items, or whatever. So this means everybody should know that if I access kind of or subscribe to kind of customer loyalty program, it's fine. Of course, the retailer wants to create community of loyal customers. It's important for the retailer, for sure. But it's also important to collect the data of the customers in order to be able to improve the offerings. So, and nothing against that. Both things are great, but you should be aware of that. So it's not like I know present, which is the retailer giving to you because the retailer loves you. It's a contract, it's a business, and it's a win-win situation for retailer or and for the consumer or customer as well. What do you think about this kind of customer loyalty topics and contracts which are behind?
I agree with you that is mutually beneficial because you will give some data, they need it to make better offer for you, and you will get better offer or discount. That is really, really fine with me because the information they will analyze in that situation is only information that they will use to make better offer. They will maybe when we talk about AI models, they will train their AI to recognize the words that we use, that we write, or something like that, that is connected with retail in some ways, and they will analyze only that type of information. And I think that is correct in any situation.
Let's use this point, I mean AI, to make a final statement and to close this discussion, because I see there will be no big fights between us. We agree actually about that it's not black or white, that it could be good, but it's also sometimes not good. It's depending on the way how the retailers are doing that and depending on the data that they are collecting. But let's make a small conclusion regarding AI. From my point of view, AI is a huge trend. And I think it's a positive trend, and it's helping the retailers and at the end helping the consumers as well. But in order to train it, the retailer will need lots of data. And all those data they have to collect from the consumers. And I think it's fine to collect all those data. And it's absolutely okay if they respect what they do, actually, the legal aspects and the legal points and the ethical points. At the end, they should also give us the freedom, let's say, to decide if it's okay for us or not. And if we have that, we will be happy consumers and we will provide the data that are needed because we want to have a benefits from the retailers. And that's the win-win situation. And I think this is the best way. So retailers have to adapt a little bit because this is a little bit different way of dealing with the consumers' data because of the AI and all those changes. But the end, it will be great for the retailers and it will be great for consumers. Gozo, do you want to make final words about these all topics that we just talked?
As my final words, I would say that your first question was not that difficult. when I when I think about it a little bit more, and when we analyzed the AI and retailer and what they are interested in really in that situation where they collect lots of data. uh, I think we are safe. It is scary. It is scary that someone use my microphone or camera or whatever.
Mhm.
It is scary, but overall, retailers want to make a bigger profit. They are interested in information that will help them to make bigger profit and to make customers experience even better and make better offer. So they will don't waste. They won't waste time on the data that is not important in that way for them. So I think we are sure in this concept. We are secure in this concept. So
So
overall,
no fight
I
today. Today we
yes,
just
I don't
agree.
have problem with data collecting.
Very good. So for the first session, this is great because in the next session we should create some kind of fight. Data taking data from us is not okay. It's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah, for first time it was really easy to to change this. The next
But
time I promise it will be hard.
that's good. That's good. Okay. So before we close the session, this short and sharp session, let me just invite our audience to our next session, which will be next week. Next week, we will have even two retail talks, two of them. And the first one will be related to the retail trends for the next year. So actually, it's already tradition. Milan and we are talking about the trends which we are expecting and which we see next year. And because we are talking to the retailers to implement the software and the new, let's say, business concepts, retailing concepts, we are able to feel at least a little bit what will be next year interesting and where the strategies, in which directions are the strategies of the retailers moving. This will be the first session. The second session I will do, I hope, with with Mitul, and we will talk about something which is really unbelievable interesting. There is a new chip coming from Google with unbelievable powerful ways to calculate things that nobody ever could imagine. So it's a breaking all the boundaries that we know and all the limits, and it's absolutely, or I'm absolutely sure that it's changing, completely changing the environment and AI and technologies and everything that we know. And that will happen very soon. And we want to discuss how this kind of chips, this case chip called Vilo, is influencing retailing. There is a huge influence, at least from my point of view, there is a huge influence. We will discuss this next time. Gotza, thank you very much for joining me. It was my huge pleasure to talk to you and to discuss this topic, although we didn't fight, but next time we will. Anyway, it was really interesting to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you too. It was my pleasure to talk with you about this, and for sure I will listen the next week the both of retail talks because I think it's really interesting in the point in as perspective as consumer in retail and person who is really passionate about retail. So I will listen it for sure.
Thank you once again. Thank you to our audience. I hope you will
Thank
join
you.
us next week again and talk to you soon. See you guys. Bye.
See you.
Bye.